Happy Friday, punters. Up and at 'em. Bit fresh. Fantastic day at Sydney tomorrow, Randwick. Day 2 of the championships. Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Autumn Glow. You've got the Oaks. Sort of wide open. Go Hopi, tad tight. And the Sydney Cup. Multiple chances. If you want a deep dive podcast, Vince Accardi and I were up early at 6. Did a 1 hour look at the races. And tomorrow we do an update after the scratchings and a bit of clarity about the track conditions and an all business edition along with his race speed profile. So you can get that via my website, racetrackralphie.com.au. I'll preview the Queen of the Turf here and I'll take a trifecta. I'll spend $60. Anything I get back, half will go to Equine Pathways. Look them up, they're a marvellous organisation. So there's 4 favourites. I want to be with 2, I want to take on 2. As far as winning chances go. And of course I could be wrong, that's the caper, but I'd rather take this than a lotto ticket any time. Get to use your trams and trains a bit. So, I'll go to the 2 favourites I'm opposing first. Pride of Jenny. I feel like a bolt of lightning is going to hit you if you say anything bad about Pride of Jenny, because she's a freak. Most amazing horse I've ever seen. Not the best, but the most amazing. So she's had 10 starts post a bleed late 2024. Last year she went win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And in those losses, she was unplaced in all 4. One of them was okay, the King Charles, Randwick Mile, which is tomorrow. The other 3 were poor. Now my read on that, the reason they were poor is they were poor setups to go on a quick backup after using her amazing early speed. Now I said this before the All-Star Mile, not being a hindsight Harry. I actually thought the All-Star Mile was a perfect setup for her because it was 3 weeks between runs. Sorry, the All-Star Mile into the Australian Cup. It was 3 weeks between runs. Off a very good mile first up. Gave her a chance to recover. She stayed in Melbourne. She peaked. Gets beaten in eyelash by light infantryman. Now, goes from 3 weeks between runs to 2 weeks between runs with travel. The rising 9-year-old mare off an insane early speed, and let me tell you, even by her standards, that was insane. That screams flat run. Now, Pride of Jenny is an outlier of all outliers. I accept that, which doesn't mean she can't win. It means I'm not having her in a winning position in the trifecta. If she wins, hat tip, I don't get the trifecta. So be it. But I will oppose her. The other one I'll oppose is Treasure of the Moment. Now, complete reverse here. Where's she really at, Treasure of the Moment? So she wins by a couple of lengths last start Caulfield off a barrier trial tempo. I hate that second up. Given that, Pride of Jenny's going to create some heat tomorrow. Win, lose or draw. Thought she had her chance first up in the Futurity. There's no way she was set for the Queen of the Turf tomorrow. She's probably set for the All-Star Mile. Not quite happy with her. Take 2, sort of reset. The Treasure of the Moment of this time last year would have won that Caulfield race last up by 8 lengths, not 2. Even allowing for the slow tempo. Can she win? Of course she can. She's a talent. Can she run a place? Definitely. But I'll risk it from a win perspective. So the 2, from a win perspective, like saying one of my mantras is, Group 1 races, sole focus, target. Lady Shenandoah. Well, this time last year, she was spoken about as a explosive potential star miler. And then with the Everest having so much prize money, Chris Waller tried to make her a sprinter. And first up, outstanding. And she was so screwed down, she gets the Everest slot, but she doesn't really go on with it. And this is me just observing, looking at numbers. And he's the genius. But I think he's reset and said, okay, let's go back to what she was becoming, which was the star miler. So this time in. Runs third first up to Jolly Star and Cabalas. The TJ and the Newmarket winner. Perfect form. And runs placing behind Jolly Star again. Runs 4th Autumn Glow last start. There was no way she was set for that. She ran in that to be set for this. Sole focus, perfect target race. J Mac on, Chris Waller trains, proven quality horse. It'll probably start the favourite. I definitely want it. How can you knock Idle Flyer? Let's keep in mind one thing with Idle Flyer. Randwick Mile last spring twice. Super performances. Tomorrow, Randwick Mile. 3rd up after a brilliant 2nd up win. Grand final, sole focus. Here we go. So, Lady Shenandoah and Idle Flyer and everything, tick all the boxes. Why is Lazura such good odds? Now, if I use the sole focus metric, yep, she was sole focus, set to win the Cornwall, and she won it. Was that a complete peak? Is she definitely going to regress? Wouldn't think so. She's only 2nd up. Nash on. Maybe the market's just gone, all right, well, J-Mac off, I'm jumping off. Oh, can't have that. I think she's deep in the race. She has to go backwards to not be in the race, put it that way. She was very, very good. So she's in. And then Like a Lucy. So, Like a Lucy started equal favourite, with Idle Flyer and Pride of Jenny in the Empire Rose last year. Run off her feet, Pride of Jenny brought Pride of Jenny form. Looked like it was building to Australian Cup last start. Then, like I said, Pride of Jenny did her Pride of Jenny thing. And she was flat out just to keep in touch. So 2,000 back to the mile. In a high pressure mile, likely tomorrow because of Pride of Jenny. Fully fit. They've probably done nothing with her, in quotation marks. Back to Melbourne. I know she wasn't set for the Queen of the Turf, but I think she's going to run super, and she's $16. So they're the 4 I want to have primarily. So the main 2, Lady Shenandoah and Idle Flyer. The next 2, Like a Lucy and Lazura. Might box them up by themselves, but for the purpose of this, I'm having a 4x8 by 10 and a 4x8 by 8. So one's 13%, throwing in the 2 bolters that I mentioned, and one's 17%. Of course, if you get the 17%, you'll also get the 13%, which is 30%. If we get it, half goes to charity. So the other 2 are, I will put in the placings Pride of Jenny and Treasure of the Moment. I will add Arctic Glamour, who lines up with Lazura. Nothing wrong with her performances. She's a hustler. First up is going to run well. Can't see her winning. She should run well. She's a very promising horse. She's trialling well. And just 2 bolters in case they run 3rd. Mandela, who I was against last start, but now rock hard fit. Might be able to pass a few. And Panito, back for 1900, rock hard fit. Bolters, put them in for 3rd in my wider ones. Anyway,